Nothing is more dangerous than a habit. We first make our habit and then our habit makes us. As Abdul Kalam said, you can't change your future, but you can change your habit, and your changing habits will change your future. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily habits. Today I'm going to tell you a story about a man and 7 habits of strong people. So there was a young man who was very upset with his bad habit, and his life was miserable, depressed and unhappy because of his bad habit. And he didn't care and value about his time at all. He just wasted the whole day in useless activities, wasting his time by chatting, talking to his friends, criticizing others, blaming others. And that is why people do not respect him. Whenever his parents ask him for some work, he tries to avoid that work by making excuses. And though if he had to do that work, he does it without focusing and as fast as possible. And if any of his family members say something to him or advise to him, he would argue with them without admitting his mistakes. He always postpones important tasks and decisions till tomorrow and tries to avoid all responsibility. He thinks I will be happy if I chat or gossip with my friends. If I could just sleep in the house all day, I will be happy. If I don't take any responsibility on myself, I will be happy. If I keep sleeping in the morning, I will be happy. And he did it all. And he was happy for just a moment. But then he starts regretting on himself. He regrets himself for wasting his time. His mind becomes irritable and restless. Slowly, this young man also started to understand his habits are the roots of his problem. He was starting to understand that nothing is going to happen by postponing work and wasting his time. Maybe it gives him a short-term pleasure, but at the end it makes him suffer. It makes him regretting. And then he thought of changing himself. He made a plan, wrote down his goals, and started managing his time. But after a few days, he again came back to his old condition, old routine. And it happened to him many times in a while. He tries to change his habits with a complete planning, but he failed again. He again got back to his old routine. Now he had given up. He began to feel that no matter how hard he tried, he would not be able to get rid of his bad habits. His life is completely ruined. And by thinking this way, he became depressed. So one day, one of his friends told him about a monk who used to live in a forest nearby that village. He told that if you meet the monk, he will definitely show you a way to get you out of this bad habit. Now the young boy went to meet the monk. When he visited the ashram, he felt some kind of inner peace because the ashram was so clean and full of trees. It was a nice and calm place he had ever seen in his life. He saw that the monk sat down and was meditating under a tree. So the young boy sat down and bowed down in front of the monk and explained about all the problems and difficulties he was facing. He told how he just failed to change his habit again and again. The monk gently looked at him and smiled and kept listening his all problems by staying calm. The monk said, "You tried so many times but you failed because you want to fix them as fast as possible. You want overnight success. And once you have started, you just gave up on them after a few days because you did not see any result. But everything will take time. You have to be consistent. And remember, we can never free ourselves from the old bad habits. For example, the habit of lying can be replaced by the habit of telling the truth." Then the monk said to him, "Today I'm going to tell you about 7 habits which if you adopt, you will get rid of your bad habits and will be successful in life. As well as these 7 habits will change your life completely." The boy listens to the monk carefully. The monk said, "Number 1, don't give up after the first failure." The monk said, "This is the most important and powerful habit that every successful people should have. A winner is a dreamer who never gives up. See the failure as the part of the process. Failure is the lesson. Failure is the new opportunity. Failure is the new beginning. Keep a positive mind. Remember, a failed attempt doesn't make you a failure. Giving up does. If you fail more than you do, you win. Every successful people fails in life. Failure is the sign of unsuccessful people. You try and you fail. That is not the real failure. The real failure is when you stop trying. So never give up. Today is hard, tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine. Number 2, don't waste your time. Act now. From today, don't wait. The time will never be just right. If you want to do something, do it now. If you want to go somewhere, go now. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. It's a cliche, but it's true. Whatever you plan to do, you have to do right now. do not wait until tomorrow, because that day will never come. Waiting is the worst thing that can happen to your life. Some people say that if you wait and have patience, you will eventually get what you want. But this is not true. If you don't ask for something, it will never happen to you. Remember, no man can achieve success if he didn't first know the value of time. People are busy. They have a lot of things to do and not enough time to do them. Don't waste your time thinking about what you don't want to do. Instead, start working on what you want to do right now. A lot of people wait for the perfect time to start working out. They wait until they have more time, until they are more motivated, or until their body is ready. This is never going to happen. Number 3, write your thoughts down. Writing is the wonderful way to create a connection with your inner being, to create a connection with our inner being. When we write every day, we begin to feel our inner nature. We begin to know ourselves. When we start writing, we sit down alone first. Then we start thinking and our mind stops wandering and start focusing on one topic about which we want to write. There are many thoughts going on in our mind all the time. It's the nature of our mind. But writing solidifies our thoughts in our mind. Our mind is not for collecting thoughts and remembering them, but it is to generate new ideas. And when we write down our thoughts, our mind becomes free to create more ideas. Our mind generates new different ideas and every single day, but we can't remember and keep them for so long because there are a lot of thoughts going on in our mind. And that is why we should write them down, because we may forget that idea. And once it gets deleted from our minds, maybe you are not going to get that idea again. Number 4, stay silent for at least 1 hour every single day. If you want to know your future, look at what you are doing. At this moment, look inside. And what you need to do to look inside, you have to be silent and sit down alone. Silence is the greatest weapon of the mind. Silence is the best answer to someone who does not value your words. When you stay silent alone for a moment, it teaches you to focus on one thing. It teaches you to stay calm in every situation. One way to develop your intuition and gut feeling is through silence. When you are all alone, you are actually not really alone. What happens is that you will strike a conversation with yourself. In other words, you will engage in self-talk. As Lao Tzu has a powerful and meaningful quote on silence. Knowing others is intelligence, but knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is a strength, but mastering yourself is true power. People who manage to accomplish extraordinary results in life are the people who understand themselves better. They know their potential, their strength, and their passion, and thus they manage to utilize their characters to maximize the results in life. When you are alone and in the state of silence, you will engage more with your mind. You will be talking to yourself and answering questions that ask yourself. As a result, you will tap into your creativity and use your brain more often. So have this habit. Number 5, read books. Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. Reading book is one of the best habits one can develop. It helps you to develop your imagination. When you read, you are transported to a different world and allowed to explore new ideas. This can help you to come up with new ideas of your own. When you're reading, you're focusing and concentrating on one thing. Reading also helps you to improve your communication skills. Books train your mind to imagination to think big. Reading makes the mind grow. And number 6, surround yourself with optimistic people. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great ones make you feel that you too can become great. The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standard. The people we spend our time with have a way of influencing our lives, our moods, and our expectation. Surrounding yourself with positive and admirable people will result in you adopting authoritative beliefs and positive value. Surrounding yourself with positive people will bring changes in your life and lifestyle, such as your attitude towards life will change. You will always be motivated to do things. You will accomplish more. You will meet new and admirable people. You will always be happy. You will attract more opportunities to be successful. You will be more grateful and generous. Positive people don't exactly mean happy people, but they are always trying to keep a positive attitude in life. When you are constantly spending time with positive people, it becomes easier to focus on your goals and work on reaching them. Once you are surrounded by people with positive energy, you will see a change in yourself too. You will be more energized, motivated, and you will be less likely to be stressed. Surround yourself with those who only lift you higher. Number 7, choose 3 goals to prioritize daily. This habit is actually going to prevent you to procrastinate. We all have a tendency to keep adding to our to-do list. We often hear a voice that says do more. We think a lot and don't take action on them. Our to-do lists are often empty and we end our days feeling unaccomplished. And at the end of the day, we feel demotivated, irritated, hopeless. See, you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to focus on more. Choose 3 goals every day. Maybe they are small but important. Choose less but at least do them. Accomplish them. This will inspire you to do more, to accomplish more. This is the habit that every successful people follow. Choosing more goals. Adding more to-do list will distract you. Know that sometimes it's absolutely okay to just say no. You only have so much time in a day and you need to focus on getting ahead rather than dealing with distraction. If you make these 7 habits the part of your life will start changing miraculously. Saying this, the monk became silent. He took promises to make these 7 habits a part of his life and thank the monk for this advice. My friend, I hope you have learned a lot from this video, and I hope this video is going to change your life, and I hope you are going to adopt these 7 habits and make them a part of your life. And if you make them a part of your life, then your life is going to change completely, miraculously. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe to this channel and share this video as much as possible with your friends, family. Thank you so much.